All right, so I just unboxed my $46 coating thickness gauge. I'm gonna set it up and try it out on steel and aluminum. Okay, I've got several sheets of plastic here that are marked in they're marked in microns, which are 1/1,000,000th of a meter. They also have mils, which is a small fraction of an inch. Most PPF film is in the 8 to 10 mil range, so we'll use one of these to test it. Okay, I have the 250 micron coating over the steel, and let's see how this thickness gauge measures that. 254, 249, 249. Seems pretty okay to the calibration materials. Okay, I've moved the same film over to the aluminum, and let's see how well this works. One of the main reasons I bought this new paint meter was so it would work on aluminum. Well, it seems to read a little thicker on aluminum, but it does work. And you can see that it does detect it as non-ferrous material. Switch to the 100 micron film. It's about 4 mils. 4 mils is about as thin as you'll see factory paint today. Anything over that is either multi-stage paint or has been repainted. So usually what I look for in modern cars is paint to be somewhere around 4 to 5 mils, but let's see how the paint meter does on this. This is reading a little bit high. Oh, there we go. So the lesson here is definitely take multiple readings to make sure that your tool is pushed exactly straight against the material and it's sitting correctly, but it does seem to measure this accurately. Okay, well, let's actually try this on a car. So as I was saying, most factory paint is somewhere between 4 and 5 mils, depending on how many layers. The Tesla Model S is a multi-coat, so I would expect the paint to be a bit thicker than that. So, and it is. So what I normally look for when I'm paint metering a car is at the seams to look for blends. And what I don't see is any of the paint being more than doubly thick, although obviously as a Tesla, the paint does vary quite a bit. It doesn't appear that this car has been repainted in its life. The paint is a little thicker near some of the seams and the oops. Okay. But yeah. So being a relatively cheap paint meter, this is not going to work on bumpers. Bumpers don't have enough metal in them to work. So you'll have to judge that with yourself, but it will work on any metal surface. What I also probably believe is this won't work on anything carbon. It is a pretty useful tool if you're buying a used or even a new car to see what, if any, panels have been painted. And this particular one does seem to work on both ferrous and non-ferrous metals, so steel and aluminum, which is a good upgrade from my other one. So yeah, in summary, this cheap paint meter for $46 does seem to work. It does seem to be a useful tool. Assuming that the calibration sheets they send are in fact the right thickness, it does seem to measure correctly. My box was pretty beat up, but yeah, I'll put a link in the description to where I bought it from Amazon.